The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
On today's show, the Wisconsin Badgers extend their home winning streak to 19 games with a 37-26 victory against UTEP. We'll hear from some of the players, including quarterback Joel Stave, wide receiver Jared Abrederis, and linebacker Chris Borland. We'll step back into the coach's classroom with tight ends coach and former Badger running back Eddie Faulkner, and we'll hear from some of the current players who tell us who their favorite Badger is of all time. All that and more coming up on the Badger Sports Report.
There's a field goal kicking, 1 of 5. Valadez, though, has a strong leg, and this kick is blocked. It's loose, picked up Devin Smith. It's line that could be 2 the other way. Here's Smith, left side 40, 45, 50. Smith, left side to the 40, to the 30, 20, 10, 5. He is in, and it's 2 points the other way. Off the blocked PAT, Devin Smith runs it back, and it's a 6-2 ball game. Stave, play fake, back to throw, has plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep right side. Abrederis wide open, got it, 5, touchdown Wisconsin. 47 yards, Joel Stave to Jared Abrederis.
The line did a great job, giving, Stave some time. And Stave threw a great ball. I was able to get open on my route. Kind of gave a double move and was able to get open.
Melvin Gordon wide to the right, and now Gordon in motion to the left. Here's the jet sweep. Gordon with the seam, 25-20, gets a block, turns the corner, 10, 5, touchdown Wisconsin, and that will wrap it up.
Oh, anytime you get the ball, anytime a player gets the ball, you look in your chops because you want to make something happen for the team, So anytime I touch the ball, or if I'm not touching the ball and I'm out there for a block, you look in your chops to make something happen, or you look in your chops to see something else, see a receiver or someone else making a play.
Ball high step to the 5, touchdown Wisconsin. Off by Taylor, 40, 45, 50. Fires picked off, Borland with room, 40, breaks a tackle, touchdown James White. The Wisconsin Badgers are headed to Pasadena. There it is, Ron Davis. In zone, Abrederis, he has it, touchdown Wisconsin. And it's intercepted by Shelton Johnson.
The Badger Sports Report with Bret Bielema is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Hyundai, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Charter Business helps businesses achieve everyday victories. Want to be victorious today? Pick up the phone, switch to Charter Business, and start saving over $50 a month. You'll enjoy internet 6 times faster than standard DSL. Plus, business phone with unlimited long distance. If saving over $50 a month doesn't make your decision easy, this will. Call now and get up to a $500 gift card. But hurry, because this offer won't last. To the victor go the spoils.
Hello, may I start?
Special, medium, water, lemon, 3 ice cubes. Thank you. Less, more, no. Perfect. No, that guy.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
No.
Hi.
Yes. I'll take the Elantra, please.
Great. Which one?
An easy decision just got harder. Sorry about that. The Elantra, now also available in Coupe and GT. From Hyundai.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Badgers now 3-1 through the non-conference portion of the schedule. Big Ten play begins on Saturday night in Lincoln against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. We'll worry about that in due time, but the game on Saturday looked like it was going to be, oh, here we go again, down to the wire. It's 23-19. You guys get the ball after a touchback at the 25-yard line, and your quarterback making his first start looked like he'd been around a little bit. Key drive. Right?
I thought that was typical good Wisconsin football. You know, we got ourselves together, played when it counted. I thought our guys on that drive, you know, Joel had to make a couple throws. You guys had to block them up front. There was some run game that looked good, you know, and then obviously to get the turnover after that to kind of put the sealing touch on it.
You probably get asked every year now about, what, can you have too many running backs, you know, and obviously Monte goes down with the injury in the second quarter. James White, Melvin Gordon, that depth really came in handy.
It did. You know, those are two very good football players. Monte obviously gets a lot of attention, but I know Monte was probably just as excited for those guys as anybody, and to see Melvin kind of really get his feet wet and get going in the right direction, special to watch.
You use the word baby steps. We've talked about that a fair amount here in these last couple of weeks, but you're seeing more signs. Kyle Costigan getting a start at right guard. The running game did get going, 200-plus on the ground. That's a little bit more what you're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, and I thought, you know, there's some great efforts on the running back position, but I think up front we played a lot better. You know, there's some plays that we're going to have to correct and move forward, but I really thought there was a lot of guys straining to keep their blocks and hold them for a little bit.
Never hurts to have Jared Aberderis back, though.
No, he looked good during the course of the week. You know, one of the positives out of a guy being out for a little bit is he had fresh legs, and you could really see him take advantage of that. And give a lot of credit to Joel. It's one thing to get a guy open; it's another guy to complete it. So.
Yeah, as you talked to on one of the on one of the long throws, the DB had fallen down, but he was already behind him.
Yeah,
he had some space.
You know, I give Matt Canada a lot of credit. You know, there was definitely some game planning going on. Knew that there was going to be some opportunities to hit the ball down the field, and you know, bottom line to execute it, to play it as well. And a lot of that stuff comes from great ball fakes. You know, at the line of scrimmage, shoulders down. Eyes where they need to be, and again, the O-line gave him protection.
Defensively, you get 4 sacks, 2 from Chris Borland. Good to see the pressure a lot of times when you're rushing 4 here too, to be able to get to the quarterback.
It was, you know, this guy likes to stay in the pocket. We wanted to bring 4 at him and kind of squeeze it down. Got some sacks, but there was guys around him all day long, and you know, obviously had a couple plays in the passing game we don't want to give up, but hopefully take this film, learn from it, and file it away for Nebraska.
Depth is being tested on the defensive line. You use that word, the term "next man in." It really applies here. You just never know who you're going to need in there, and you had some guys who had to step up.
I had to get a flip card myself to find out who some of those guys were, but I thought Conrad Zagzebski showed up. You know, Jesse Hayes, who's made a nice progress here the last 2 or 3 weeks, showed up, looked natural out there, and then Bo Allen to get his first sack. I know that was fun for him. I think Brendan Kelly, Tyler Dipple, and David Gilbert are all, you know, injuries that we should get him back this week.
You mentioned Conrad Zagzebski, a play early in the game. UTEP had scored to take a 6-0 lead. As the play was unfolding, I would imagine there were a lot of folks watching this saying, live ball, in college it is. You block a PAT, Devin Smith heads up, runs it back. Unlike the NFL where the play is dead, in college, it's
huge,
2 points.
Huge momentum swing, and I give Devin a lot of credit. And if there's anybody we wanted to have running that football, it would be Devin, because he's probably the fastest guy out there. And that was a big swing, you know, because they were going up to line up and kick a 7-0 lead and to give up a big play defensively, you know, wasn't good. But that swung the momentum. Our offense went out there and did some good things.
This is a pretty good outfit that you guys just beat. They played Oklahoma. That was a 4-quarter game. It's 10-7 going into the 4th quarter. The Ole Miss game was probably a little bit deceiving. You knew that I would think that they would give you everything they had and give you, quarterback got into some rhythm there in that second half. People around Madison may not know a great deal about UTEP, but obviously this was a good team coming in.
Well, actually, before the season even started, I probably thought this was one of the toughest non-conference schedules we've played, and not traditional names maybe, but Utah State's a very good team. You see who they've beaten and what they've done now. So, you know, I'm excited to get into Big Ten play. Obviously, we'd love to be 4-0, but to be 3-1 right now and making ourselves better every week, that's what's important.
You're certainly tested with 3 games down to the very end. This one, it was close well into the 4th quarter. Not every team has gone through that. So I would think if you're always looking for an edge, that's something to build on.
It is. You know, you can only learn by being in those actual situations when the bullets are flying. I thought our kids, there wasn't any woes me. There wasn't anybody looking around. Everybody kind of just buckled up and did their job, and that's a real fun thing to be a part of.
Get into the Big Ten play now. That every game means a lot, non-conference or conference, but there's just something, you know, it's Nebraska, you're going down there a night game, and then it just, what seems like could be a really wide open race in this conference right now. It all starts.
It is. I know our kids are excited. We kind of talked about it in the locker room. Just let's make ourselves have a great week of practice and turn the page into the conference schedule.
I would say after that first road trip, just the logistics of it, of plane, long bus ride to and from, this might, knock on wood, seem fairly simple logistically at least, right?
You kind of made that point. We always are a week ahead, my operations staff and I, and we sat down Tuesday of this past week and nailed down the schedule. We kind of had it mapped out already, but yeah, this should be a much easier transition game than Oregon State.
All right, the Badgers and Nebraska down in Lincoln on Saturday night, a 7 o'clock kickoff Central Time. Coach Bielema returns in a few minutes with this week's Great Day and Great Question of the Week. Still ahead, we'll go inside the coach's classroom with tight ends coach Eddie Faulkner. All that and more coming up as the Badger Sports Report continues.
I felt pretty comfortable. I mean, first couple of plays, my heart's pounding, you know, trying to get into a rhythm, but I felt pretty good all game. They told me they have confidence in me, and that's, you know, that's all I need. And I'm really glad I got the opportunity, really, really blessed, and I'm just happy I did what I could to make the most of it. I mean, we moved the ball better than we had. We scored more points than we had, and the bottom line is you got to score as many points as you can. So I think in that regard we really took a step forward. I mean, I'm going to remember it all very well, I think. But yeah, the touchdown to Jared was really fun.
As his first start, I thought he held himself pretty well, and you know, I think he can keep improving. You know, some small things, but you know, he did a real good job today. Oh, it was good to be back out there with my teammates. All week I was excited about getting back, and I brought some energy, you know, throughout the practices and things like that, and try to, you know, be that kind of spark today. But I'm excited to be back. It's fun playing out there.
You know, for the most part, we had a pretty solid game. You know, I think that once we clean up those little things, we're going to be, you know, one of the best defenses around. You know, that's what our goal is. Well, I always knew that, you know, when sacks would come, they'd come in a bunch and they'd come in a hurry. And today, you know, we got a couple of them, and we're just going to build off of that and take it. I mean, we're looking at the big picture. You know, we're trying to get there, but we also realize that, you know, you can't get to Indy if you look to Indy right now. So we're taking it one game at a time, one day at a time kind of thing.
I think we've got a lot of mature guys on our defense that understand, you know, when it's go time, when it's make or break, when it's the game, and you just remind them and you try to get amped up and make sure you're still focused. The sense of urgency is one part of it, but there's also a calmness under pressure that I think our defense has. You know, guys understand that it is urgent, we need to make a play, but at the same time you can't press and let up a bigger play. You know, we came up big in a couple situations today, but can still improve. Absolutely. I love seeing Bo and Hemer up there taking on two guys, because it means Mike and I are free to make tackles.
You like to see the quarterback too.
Yeah, that's another added bonus. Same thing. The other guys in the pass rush were doing a great job occupying their blockers, and I was freed up a couple times.
Looking for pregame plans before watching the Badgers at Camp Randall? Badgerville is back with new food choices, live music, plus all your favorites, including autographs with current UW teams, appearances by Badger legends, the UW Band, and of course, Bucky. Open 2.5 hours before kickoff just north of Camp Randall Stadium. It's time to head back to Badgerville. Think about it. Brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers. Who is your favorite Badger of all time?
It's really tough to say. Like, there are a lot of great Badgers out there, but one guy, gonna have to keep it close to home here. My uncle actually played on the Badger football team back in the day, so I'm just gonna kind of go with the easy answer and say my uncle John Westball played back in the 80s. Cool. It's kind of a cop-out, but got it, you know, blood's thicker than water.
Favorite Badger of all time? Jim Leonard. Okay. Jim Leonard, yep, someone I always looked up to.
I'm gonna have to go with Jimmy Leonard, only because, you know, he was one of the best safeties ever played here, and he's helped me become, you know, the player that I've become.
I'll have to go with Jim Leonard, repping it for the little white guys.
Favorite Badger all time, that'd be Ron Dane.
I was always a big Ron Dane fan, pretty standard with that. Otherwise, Brooks Bollinger was fun to watch.
I really liked watching Tyler Donovan. He was tough and he was fun to watch scramble in and out of guys. So.
My brother, but I'd also have to say Brady Ewing, because I love watching Brady and trying to learn everything I can from him. So my brother and Brady.
I have to go with Brady Ewing, the fullback that when I was here last year. He actually taught me a lot about leadership and character that I display now.
Favorite Badger of all time, I'd say Billy Nagy, just because in Billy we trust.
Favorite Badger of all times, I'd have to say probably Lee Evans. Just when I was younger, watching him and hearing about him all the time, he was just great. I got his autograph at TGI Fridays one night when I was a young kid, so that was a guy I always looked up to being a Badger.
I'd have to say Tarek Saleh, because he went out there and just dominated guys and was one of the best of all time.
Favorite Badger of all time would have to be Joe Thomas. It was something that, I was in high school when he was playing a left tackle, and it was somebody that, dominated on the offensive line and somebody I really look up to.
I'd probably have to say Scott Starks. I know he came up here and he coached us up a little bit last year. It just seems like he was just an amazing athlete, and he's a really good person once you get to know him.
I think John Moffitt is my favorite Badger of all time. Not as big name as some of the other people, but always a fun guy to be around, and he definitely helped me out on my time here.
Dang, that was a hard one. Oh, no. I'll go Bucky. I like Bucky. Yeah.
These are the heavyweights, the visionaries, the A-listers. These are the people inventing the technologies and establishing the protocols for treatments that don't yet exist. This is who you turn to when no one else seems to have the answer. These are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
With over 100 HD channels, the nation's fastest internet, and Charter phone, the Charter Triple Play is the best of everything.
Hello, may I start?
Special medium water lemon 3 ice cubes. Thank you. Less, more, no. Perfect. No, that guy.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
No.
Hi.
Yes. I'll take the Elantra, please.
Great. Which one?
An easy decision just got harder. Sorry about that. The Elantra, now also available in Coupe and GT. From Hyundai.
Ah, the workout is over. Time to recover, refuel, and re-energize. Recent studies suggest that one drink can help muscles recover faster than other leading sports drinks. Delicious, nutritious chocolate milk. With its powerful package of protein, potassium, calcium, and 6 other essential nutrients, shouldn't chocolate milk be your choice? Got chocolate milk?
He's at the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown!
The Coach's Classroom is brought to you by Hyundai.
Hello, how are we doing? My name is Eddie Faulkner, tight ends coach at the University of Wisconsin, and welcome to the Coach's Classroom. What I want to talk about today, obviously tight end is a very big position here at the University of Wisconsin. We take a lot of pride in it. We call this blocking progression. It's a 3-step process to actually run blocking somebody. Phase 1 is we're going to start from our knees here. And, an important lift that we do at Wisconsin, really in the game of football, period, is a squat, or what you call a hang clean or a power clean. And what that is uncoiling your hips that you would see just as if you were picking weight up off the floor. Jacob Pedersen here is striking with his hands inside. He's snapping his hips all the way through. and his hands are attacking that chest plate of the defender. He's striking, then he's going to fall on his face. By doing that, I know that he's getting extended all the way through a block and finishing the block with his hips through it and not sitting back with his hips. That's phase one. Phase two, we go from a knee. All right, we want to have our toe behind our knee right here. All right, and we want to be able to roll our hips all the way through from a knelt position. Okay, so he's got a good bend at the waist. His hands are on his thigh boards, flat back. He's going to pull his shoulder blades together so that back stays flat, chest up. All right, now he's going to continue to strike his hands, just going from a knee instead of two knees. All right, and then once he's made contact, his feet get moving like what I call pistons to sustain that block. 6-inch steps, all right, with a good base and walking the guy off. So just good roll of the hips, and you can see his hips snapping through just as he did from being on the ground. Here's Pedersen again. Toe behind knee, rolling his hips through, gets extended, then his feet get moving to run him off. Got to have urgency in the feet. So that's phase two. Phase three, we're going to go out of our stance. All right, a good stance for us is we want to have a good base, feet a little bit more shoulder width apart so we can move both directions with an even stance. On the right-handed side of the line, we're going to have our right hand down. And then on the left-handed side of the line, we're going to have our left hand down. But now he's taking his steps. We want to have 2 steps to contact. Before we make contact, that means 2 steps have gotten in the ground. All right, we want to keep our hands tight so we can win that battle to the chest plate with the defender. All right, then we want to strike and roll our hips through, as you see with Austin Traylor here. His hips come through, and then he runs his feet. One more clip here. Austin Molly, same thing. Feet are pounding the ground. He's got 2 feet in the ground before contact. He's striking, putting his face on the block, striking with his hands inside on the chest plate there. Hips roll through, and now he's walking the guy off. I'm Eddie Faulkner. Thanks for coming inside the coach's classroom.
It's Chevy Truck Month at your Badgerland Chevy dealer.
Choose from over 900 new Chevy Silverados and more arriving daily in the Badgerland area. Crew cabs, extended cabs, 4x4s, all with huge Truck Month savings. Get up to $8,000 in total value savings on a Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition. There's never been a better time to buy the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
This is one event you won't want to miss. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
The Badger Sports Report with Bret Bielema is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers. Coca-Cola. Charter Communications. The Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Hyundai. Adidas. And UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Time now for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and it comes from Jim in Sheboygan. That hometown Sheboygan in mind here. As we get to the question, wants to know, Coach, can you tell us about a couple of the unsung guys in the team? Good timing for the question. Lance Barretts and Jake Stengel.
You know, Jim, that's a great question. During my time here at Wisconsin, we've had a lot of great stories with walk-ons that come in and break their way onto the special teams. Our guest captain a couple weeks ago was Joe Stelmacher. That's how he did it. Luke Swan works for me. He started off on special teams. And Lance Barretts, a young man from Franklin High School, great program, brought him in to be a scout team quarterback, and now he's found a role as a wide receiver, but was exceptional today on some special teams. And then Jake Stengel from Sheboygan, hometown boy, that was his first reps today. I think he actually might have caused the fumble or was in on the play there at the end of the game. So both of them can run extremely well. They love Wisconsin. They do anything for this program, and they're great examples of what we want this place to be on and off the field.
Yeah, you mentioned Lance Barretts being a scout team quarterback. He can hit people too, as he did on kick cover. And Jake recovered the fumble.
Is that right?
Helped set up Melvin Gordon's touchdown.
Both those two kids have they're up here all the time. They may only play 6 snaps a game, but they're up in these offices nonstop. Just fun to see the excitement, the enthusiasm they bring.
Yeah, fun to see them have some success out on the field, helping the Badgers defeat UTEP on Saturday afternoon as well. Thanks to Jim in Sheboygan for the question. 4 Great Dane locations in Madison, on the east side of town, downtown, Hilldale, and Fitchburg. Again, Fitchburg is where the coach has his weekly radio show, 7 o'clock on Thursday nights, and there's a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers back on the road. It's another night game, the second night game in 3 weeks for Wisconsin, this time away from Camp Randall, down in Lincoln, Nebraska, against Bo Pelini and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock Central Time. Join us next week as we take a look at some of the highlights from the Big Ten opener. Look ahead to the following game, the Big Ten home opener against Illinois. Thanks for watching.
For more than 60 years, the Mendota Gridiron Club has been a loyal supporter to the Badger football program. In my 20 years in college football, I have never seen anything like the Mendota Gridiron Club. As a member, you'll get closer to the program with weekly meetings during the season, special events, golf outings, and more. In today's tough economy, we appreciate your support now more than ever. Become a part of something special. Become a Mendota Gridiron Club member today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
We are not magicians or superheroes. We have no special powers or magic wands. We cannot pull rabbits out of our hats or make things disappear. We are not magicians, but some days we do perform a little magic. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the American Family Children's Hospital at the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.